We last left off with the death of Ramses II, more often called Ramses the Great, who's followed by his 13th son, the over 60-year-old Merenptah. Merenptah, meaning the beloved of Ptah, rules from around 1213 to 1203 BC. In the fifth year of his reign, around 1209 BC, Merenptah has recorded that he successfully staved off an invasion by the Libyans and the so-called Sea Peoples, or specifically peoples of the countries of the sea. This instance is not the more famous Sea Peoples invasion referred to by Ramses III, though there is significant overlap between the peoples mentioned. For Merenptah, he has mentioned the Sheridan, Shekelesh, Ekwesh, Teresh, and Luka. These events were commemorated on a wall in the Karnak temple, and Merenptah also has two stelas set up, one in the Karnak temple and one in his mortuary temple, where he gives a shorter poetic account of his success against the Libyans. To get a flavor of this account, early on in the poem the stela states, "Woe to the Libyans, they have ceased to live in the good manner of roaming the field. In a single day their stride was halted. In a single year were the Jehenu burned." This stela is sometimes called the Israel stela because it's the earliest instance of the appearance of the name Israel, and interestingly, Israel appears with a determinative indicating a people, not a place. Israel appears along with a number of places towards the end of the poem where Merenptah speaks of Asiatic victories. It is written, "The princes are prostrate, saying peace. Not one of the 9 bows lifts his head. Jehenu is vanquished, Kati at peace. Canaan is captive, with all woe. Ashkelon is conquered, Gezer seized. Yanoam made non-existent. Israel is wasted, beer of seed. Kor is become a widow for Egypt. All who roamed have been subdued." Another action of Merenptah's reign was sending over grain to the Hittites to assuage the famine occurring there. Merenptah dies around 1203 BC, and his chosen successor is his son Seti II. Early on, Seti faced another contender to the throne, Amenmesu, possibly Seti's half-brother, who was centered in the south out of Nubia. Seti II soon lost Thebes to Amenmesu, but Seti managed to resolve the situation and gain control of Thebes by perhaps 1199 BC, and subsequently had Amenmesu's monuments usurped or mutilated. Under Seti II, a man named Bey, who will play a major role in the establishment of the following pharaoh, rises to political prominence. Seti II dies around 1194 BC. He's followed by a child pharaoh, perhaps his own son, Saptah. Some suggest Saptah is the child of Amenmesu's. Seti II's powerful butler, Bey, had inscribed that he placed Saptah on the throne. Remaining queen and serving as regent was Seti's widow, Tausret, and after Saptah had Bey executed in the 5th year of his reign, Saptah dies around 1188 BC, and Tausret becomes pharaoh. Tausret seems to have faced opposition, and into the chaos stepped Setnacht. Around 1186 BC, Tausret died on her own, or perhaps in being overthrown by the first member of the next dynasty, the 20th, Pharaoh Setnacht. Tausret's records ignore Saptah's reign, dating Tausret's reign as if it immediately followed her husband's Seti II's. And Setnacht in turn would excise Tausret from history as well.